Welcome to the Safety, Health and Environmental Contribution for April 2025. This is a short awareness presentation that is available to all the university community and relates to the well-being of all. Let's dive into this month's topics. In these presentations, we're going to tackle a safety aspect, a health aspect, and environmental aspect. In this month's safety aspect, we look at good housekeeping. The health aspect is the health awareness, and the environmental aspect relates to the impact of chemical disposal. Let's look at good housekeeping. Cleanliness. Regular cleaning of the work area to remove dust, clutter, and dirt. This helps making sure that the area is neat and tidy. Organization, proper storage of tools, equipment, files, etc. to ensure that they are easily accessible without obstructing pathways or having a major impact on the individuals. Therefore, you don't want to be turning in your seat every time to actually get a file. You should be turning round so that it's not putting strain on your back or anything like that. That's just one example. Safety, identifying and addressing potential hazards like spills, loose cables, or sharp objects. Spills should be cleaned up immediately and in the manner in which it does not cause cross-contamination or other contaminants to be airborne or anything like that, so that people do not get sick. And loose cables should be addressed as soon as possible, and any sharp objects should be secured. Maintenance, by doing regular inspections and maintenance of equipment, tools, and everything else in your area. This will ensure that the items can be used and are in good working order and do not pose a threat to anybody working with them. Waste management, by properly disposing of waste, which means no chemicals or substances being put down the drain, because it could be harmful, especially if it lands up in the rivers and everything like that. And by proper facilities that cater for the correct and effective disposals of any items that could pose a threat environmentally, that need to be disposed of. Where possible, recycle materials such as glass, plastic, even our batteries, the globes and things like that need to make sure that we minimize the impact that we have on the environment. Signage. Using clear visible signs indicating warnings, prohibitory, mandatory, and information. And also understanding that people understand these signs. It's no good having signs up and nobody knows what they really mean. Okay, to make sure that certain areas are being, not having people walk through them when they shouldn't, making sure that people understand the risks that are involved in those areas. And remember, good housekeeping not only improves the appearance of the workplace, but can help with the understanding of the safety and employee morale. It prevents incidences, reduces injuries, and promotes a productive workplace. Having a look at health awareness, the following should be factored into account. Physical awareness includes ergonomics. That means setting up your workstation, being able to sit comfortably behind your desk, whether you're standing or moving around or standing in one place. But it should be so that there is no injuries or strains that are inflicted on the individual. Regular exercise, by taking regular breaks and encouraging physical activity, and you will be more focused and therefore prevent injuries. Eating healthy. By eating well and healthily, a person will be able to concentrate and be more productive. Drinking water is important even in the winter time. and trying to minimize your caffeine and sugary drinks. Mental health, stress management. We need to make sure that our stress is not getting to a degree where we become sick or listless. FITS has a program in helping staff members deal with the stress. And remember, exercise also helps with lowering the stress levels. Mental health days. Supporting one's mental health has become very important across the world. But in our environment, we may not be able to take a mental health day, but we might be able to just get out of the office and just do some things, making sure that we are reducing those stress levels and our overall wellness is being catered for. Support systems. We need to make sure that it is important that we have a support system to deal with those stresses that come up on a daily basis. Feel free to contact Life Health if you have any challenges that you could be facing where you feel that it's becoming overwhelming. Safety and hygiene, clean environment. In the previous slide, we spoke about a clean environment. This not only helps with preventing injuries and illness, but it also helps in the mind, feeling uncluttered, and therefore helping you with being able to complete your tasks. Safety training. There are a number of courses that OHSE offers to assist staff who have been appointed in their roles and that you may need in your specific workplace to enable you to work safely. Please encourage people to practice safe working and remember to ask if you are unsure. Health screening in several careers and disciplines. An individual needs to be fit for work or to be able to conduct their work effectively and safely. In a lot of occupations, this means regular checkups, and that means that they have to be fit for work to continue in the workplace. Work-life balance, flexible hours. A number of people are able to work flexible hours these days, but remember, we still need to put in the work because we receive remuneration for that. If in some cases you're allowed to work remotely from time to time, or you're working in different areas, then make sure that you are also not adding to the stress of having to do that, and include your travel time and reduce the stress, which helps improve productivity in a lot of cases. Family support. Any person who's working these days needs family support, and they have a lot of family responsibilities, and this often takes away from productivity and focus. So remember, if you are battling and you really, really don't know what to do, please consult the Employee Wellness Program for assistance in navigating to ensure that you have that support and that you have the life balance, work balance. Awareness programs, workshops and seminars. As mentioned previously, there are different types of training sessions available. Support from the ER program and other activities which can be attended. And obviously to make sure that you are utilizing those to the best of your ability. Information dissemination. In these presentations, we share topics that enable everybody to do further research if they need and if they are interested. Employee wellness or assistance programs are offered confidential servicing and counseling to support all staff and their families. If you are in need, please pick up the phone, please call me on the SMS provided, or email ewp@lifehealthcare.co.za. In the workplace, wellness needs to be promoted and shared for the healthy, more productive environment with job satisfaction at the end of the day. If you are happy and content in our workplace, then we tend to handle those little challenges that come our way a little bit better. Disposal of chemicals is vital to ensure that there is not a negative impact on the environment and raised health concerns that can not only affect humans but are also bad for the ecosystem that needs to thrive. Environmental impacts. Water pollution. If chemicals leach into the water or are combined with the drinking water, and they can damage ecosystems and also can affect people's health. Soil pollutions. If the chemicals seep into the soil, they can affect the plant growth and have an impact on agricultural production. Air pollution. If released into the atmosphere, there could be air pollution becoming toxic because of the fumes and things, and can result in respiratory problems. Ecosystem damage. Oil spills and improper disposal can disrupt the ecosystems, harming wildlife and have an effect on the biodiversity. Health impact. Respiratory issues. If you're exposed to toxic fumes from chemicals, then you could have respiratory problems and other health issues that could have a severe impact on your life. Severe illnesses. Long-term exposure to certain chemicals can lead to serious health conditions, including cancers and congenital disabilities, which means that it affects the person and they could be unable to work or unfit to work and need to conduct their work and everything like that. Waterborne illnesses. Contaminates water sources and spreads diseases, posing a threat to human life, the wildlife, and the the ecosystems. Sustainable disposal methods. Eco-friendly practices. Implement an eco-friendly disposal method that can minimize the adverse effect on the environment and on the well-being of plants, animals, and humans. Regulatory compliance. Adhere to local, national, and international regulations to ensure responsible chemical waste management and to ensure that no fines are imposed on the individual or the organization. Resources for conservation. Effectively utilize resources and minimize waste generation can help reduce the environmental footprint. Promoting awareness and implementing proper chemical disposal practices can ensure that we make a conservative step towards protecting our environment and our health. Therefore, in summary, housekeeping. Keep the environment clean. Make sure that there's a place for everything and everything is in its place. Identify and address any hazards and risks before they become an issue or before injury or disease sets in. Make sure that through regular inspections that all equipment is in good working order and does not pose a threat to anybody. Properly dispose of items and recycle material can prevent accumulation of hazard substances. Have clean, visible signage indicating hazards, emergency and safety protocols, and ensure that everybody understands them. Health awareness. Physical, including ergonomics, encouraging exercises and good eating habits. Stress management is vital with adequate support available. Working in a clean and hygienic environment also helps. Finding the balance between work and family life. Attending training and awareness sessions where you are able to and which is open to you. Disposal of chemical impact. Ensure that soil, water, and air does not have an impact on the environment. Make sure that no person is affected with respiratory problems, causing severe illness and causing contaminated water sources. If there are any questions, queries, or challenges, please contact OHS&E Management, or you can contact your OHS&E officer for your area. Remember to stay safe, healthy, and environmentally aware of what's happening around you, and looking after yourself and others. Till next time.